We all know that exercise is good for us, but how do we know when we take it too far? Well, surprisingly, there seems to be opposing ends of the spectrum when it comes to exercise. Many individuals don't do enough, but on the other hand, individuals do too much. Well, let's talk about this category of doing too much exercise and what that actually looks like metabolically and what the consequences of this are. Because we're doing exercise as a way to optimize our health, to improve our longevity, just for overall better overall health status. But when we're taking exercise to the extreme, we're not doing that. In fact, we're doing very much the opposite of that. And I'll just share that one of the early light bulb moments for me personally with this was observing a marathon runner whose telomere length, the end of the chromosome, whose telomere length I checked and noticed that he only had a 4% telomere length. Well, on a scale of 1 to 100, 50 is optimal, and he was well below 50 at 4%, suggesting that his biological age far exceeded his chronological age. And this is not just one isolated example. This is actually much more common than one might consider. In fact, don't be surprised if you find yourself in this category as well, just not realizing it. So what would this look like? Not recovering from exercise, seeing a decline in strength or a plateau in strength, not being rested after taking time off. These are all indications of what we can call overtraining, and maybe in the early phases, what's known as overreaching. So how does this look metabolically? Well, many of the things that we see with this are going to be increases in inflammation, increases in oxidative stress. And oxidative stress, let me expound on that for a moment. Oxidative stress is a key driver in chronic disease. It utilizes up our antioxidants and it pushes us into an aging process much faster. We can also see that there's a decline in hormone levels. Most of us want to optimize our hormones as we age. In fact, what we want to do is maintain a balance between what's known as catabolic and anabolic. Catabolic meaning that the body's breaking down faster than it's building up. Anabolic being just the opposite, that the body's building, it's regenerating, it's recovering. And we need to be in that anabolic state. But we see that for many individuals who are pushing the boundaries and exercising too often, too hard, too frequently, not getting the recovery that they need, they can't get into that anabolic state. And in fact, what that actually translates to is that these individuals are aging faster than what they would like to. They're aging faster than their chronological age. The calendar's moving too fast for them. So when it comes to balancing out and finding where is optimal for you with your exercise, the first starting point may just be simply taking a break. Hitting the pause button for a while and looking at what you have drained, what deficiencies you have created by your activity, and also acknowledging that there's a mindset component to this as well. And that we want to address that because that may be the most difficult piece to overcome. So, trying to optimize your exercise, figure out first where you're at on the spectrum, and if you recognize that you're too far, we'll start looking a little closer. Start looking at labs, start looking at where your specific focus needs to be to get you back into that anabolic state.